This is the final episode of the Ninja World timeline, or I mean, the Shippuden part of the Ninja World timeline. After this, we have a fragment that stars Sasuke and is part of the actual Storm 3 storyline. It's complete with, cutscenes and enemies from this game. It's not long. It's like 20 minutes. But it's still part of the storyline. It's a little bit of an extra peek at what's going on behind the scenes after the whole entire story is all said and done. It does, even though it's not as climactic as the last boss battle. It still is a nice ending, and it does set the stage very nicely for what we can expect from the next game, even though it's like 2-3 years away. So yeah, anyway, enough of that. Let's get into this. Why do I say that so wrong? Anyway, the Eight Tails Jinchuriki. It was all a lie. Even after leaving the village as ordered, Itachi had always worried about Sasuke. He'd hoped to fall by his beloved brother's hand, for Sasuke's sake. Having learned the truth, Sasuke joined Akatsuki's mastermind, Madara Uchiha, and set out to destroy the Hidden Leaf. As the first step, he attacked Killer Bee of the Hidden Cloud. So yeah, basically, Itachi was always a good guy. And Sasuke learned this from Madara, and at first he didn't trust Madara, but, Madara supported his story with enough that Sasuke believed him. And he was so stricken with grief that he decided to declare revenge against the Hidden Leaf. He was pretty much just wanted to get revenge on his brother, nothing personal against the Leaf, but now he has a vendetta against the Leaf, wants to destroy it because of what it did to his brother. It was really just the leaders behind the scenes that did it to him, but he still doesn't care. He thinks that the whole village is at fault. He thinks that the peace that they are enjoying right now is all thanks to Itachi, which it pretty much is, and that they don't deserve to know that peace, so that all of them are guilty and must therefore be destroyed. All that great stuff, just like Hitler. Oh man, I thought I said that. Yeah, so Itachi was a good guy all along, and because he decided to get revenge on the Leaf, he joined Madara to have a little bit better of a chance, get more resources and stuff. And he doesn't really have anything against Killer Bee or the Hidden Cloud, but as a favor for having Madara help Sasuke with his plans, he's like, hey Sasuke, go get me the Eight Tails, and he's like, fine, whatever. And also a very epic fight in the anime. They never made it into a boss fight in Storm 2. They actually kind of shortchanged the fight in Storm 2. In Storm 2, this fight was the fragment, and it was kind of lame. Because like I said, it should have been a boss fight first of all, plus it wasn't even set here in the Hidden Cloud where it's supposed to be. It was set like in the Hidden Leaf Forest, which was, come on man, really lame. Leave me be. I didn't mean that as a pun, I really didn't. What's the battle condition? Finish opponent with ninjutsu, okay. I should have waited. Yeah, this ain't looking good. I want to get a nice, maybe I should just forget about it. Oh no, it's almost done. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna try to get the nice, nope. Looks like I got him with chip damage. I wanted to get the animation. Like if you charge up that Chidori all the way for this Akatsuki version of Sasuke, then you get a pretty cool thing where it like stabs you in the chest, and then he lays down his sword and uses that as leverage when he while he kicks you in the chest really hard and sends you flying. It's pretty cool, but not necessary to show. So I still wanted to try it anyway. It's looking that like maybe the recording is lagging a little bit. Let me see here. Oh yeah, wow. It's lagging by like 10 seconds. So if you guys have had me like saying stuff like 10 seconds ahead or whatever in this episode, or even in the last few, I don't know how long it's been doing that, but if that's been going on, sorry about that. I wasn't monitoring the recording as closely as I should have. Oh well, we're almost done anyway. The Tale of Jiraiya the Gallant. Naruto's master Jiraiya infiltrated Hidden Rain Village to see whether it was true. There he was reunited with his former disciple, Nagato, who had become Pain, the leader of the Akatsuki. Even though he was a former pupil, they now faced each other as enemies. Jiraiya released the power of Sage Mode and hit Pain with everything he had. Yeah, I don't really know why it does that, but like sometimes when I end recordings, when I just like stop recording, it takes a while for the screen to register back with what's going on my TV, and you know, it even though it's usually only by like a second or two, and it doesn't always happen. If it does happen, and it happens frequently, like if it does happen frequently, it doesn't actually happen all that often. But if it does happen frequently, then it kind of builds up sometimes, and you know, that's how you get like this, where I'm like talking 10 seconds ahead of what's happening on screen. So, sorry about that, guys. I usually keep a close eye on it so that if it does happen, then I quit out of Elgato after I'm done recording the current episode, and then I just come back in and make sure that it's actually, you know, up to speed, so that I don't have videos like that. Because if you guys have noticed, most of my videos are actually pretty close to the mark as far as my commentary goes. But, oh, wait. What's the bonus condition? Ninja, oh, okay. It's a good thing I stopped. I think I have just enough to hit him with 2 ninjutsus. Yep, there's Sengon. Ooh! I kind of underestimated Jiraiya's awakening. He's almost dead. There we go.
I win, Nagato.
Even though I'm glad that Storm 3 went in with the whole blood thing, because, you know, like I said a few times before, I think that they use blood responsibly in Naruto. Like, it's not a gore fest or anything, and the only time they ever use it is if they have to. Or, like, not if they have to, but, you know, if it actually fits the occasion, like, to show that someone is actually gravely wounded, and, or even if they're just slightly wounded, like, if they're actually supposed to get a cut, because, you know, unlike how some people do in video games and stuff, like, if you're cut with a sword in a TV show or whatever, then you're gonna have a cut, you know, a wound. So, even though I'm glad that they do that, and I'm not complaining because of it, because I think it was a big step with Namco Bandai to be brave enough to do that. It's a little saddening that Jiraiya didn't have his arm lost there, because when he like holds his arm at the end there, he is usually supposed to have like it's supposed to be gone. Like, pain pretty much cuts it off. And you know, I'm not really the kind of guy that likes blood or missing limbs or gore or whatever, but you know, when it adds a sense of realism to it, I think it's something that, you know, I admire it, kind of. So, I don't know, maybe it's weird, I don't know, but anyway, the tale of Naruto Uzumaki. His master, Jiraiya, had been defeated by Pain. Naruto was lost in grief, but with the encouragement of others, he managed to regain his spirit. Meanwhile, Pain attacked Hidden Leaf Village again, flattening it in mere moments. On the wasteland, where only dust danced in the wind, Naruto appeared with the power of Sage Mode to put an end to everything. So yeah, basically what happens is after Jiraiya dies, Naruto pretty much goes into a depression. It's like a huge depression, but thankfully it only lasts for like a day because people are hounding him well, not hounding him, but like his friends are keeping close enough tabs on him to cheer him up pretty quickly. And then he actually goes with the two frogs that you saw on Jiraiya's shoulders to train in Sage Mode, and he actually ends up mastering Sage Mode even greater than Jiraiya, because if you notice, Jiraiya had like a morph almost, like he had toad-like features, and that's what happens with Sage Mode. When you try using it, then you transform if you don't have full control over it, and if you have even if you have horrible control over it, then you actually turn into that animal, whatever the Sage Mode is based off of. Because so far, we know that Sage Mode is based off of frogs, and the frogs, if you try using Sage Mode from the frogs, then you turn into a frog if you're not careful. So Jiraiya was able to use it safely, but he still didn't have full mastery over it. But Naruto has full mastery. Pretty much the only thing that's supposed to change is your eyes, which his is like slanted now like a toad's. And, Naruto's got that down pat. Like, he is completely normal except for his eyes, which is supposed to happen. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. And this is where you can throw it. Pretty awesome, except Pain dodged it. Let's try it again. There we go.
Just give up on me, ever giving up.
And of course, as you can imagine, this is the final boss fight of Storm 2. It's very epic, and this fight actually only chronicles like half of what actually happens in the fight, but it's a summary on the Ninja timeline, so it's all good. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough of Naruto Part 1 and the first half of Shippuden, even though, like I said, it's summarized, not nearly as awesome as it could be when it's fleshed out. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like the video, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned. Come back next time. It's going to be the final episode of this playthrough. Very glad that you guys have stuck with it this far, and hope you enjoy the ending. So I'll see you next time.